Okay, so this is part three on my Roy Lichtenstein kind of image. What I'm gonna do is create the talk bubble shape here, the shape in the background, and the little reflection on that. So I'm gonna go back to my, there's one little step I need to do to make sure I have my text. So I click on project files again and right click. And if it doesn't show the download button, I can click on, I'm not sure why this happens, but click on my drive and then click on the back button, and now you can right click and it should say download. Okay, so then that should come up on the download button. So click on everyday, January everyday casual. So click on install. I've already installed it, but let me know if you have a question or if it's not installing correctly. Click no, and I'm gonna click stop and not download that. So I'm gonna go back to Photoshop, then go back to my part two. So one last thing I forgot to do on the last tutorial is click on my smart watch and fill in the little eyes. You can see like they're colored in with blue. I need to do that. So I'm gonna zoom in to my eyes and I click on my magic wand, click on this eye, zoom out and hold the shift key and click on the other eye. So I'm gonna create a new layer here, a new layer, and double click and call it eyes. Then I'm gonna click on the blue color. I choose the blue color, and I choose the paint bucket and fill it in with blue. So now I can click deselect and control 0 and it zooms out. Okay, so that gets me to where I need to be. So now I'm going to click on Illustrator. What I'm going to do is to create a star tool to create this. Okay, and make sure my that my fill color is set to white and my stroke color is set to nothing. Okay, now I'm going to click on the star tool and then hold it down if the star tool is not shown. So click on the star tool. Now I click my mouse and drag out. Okay, and now when I create up arrow creates more points, down arrow creates less points. I create more points. I hold down the control key. I can scroll in and out and choose the size of my points. That's what about right there. And then I can click on this edit and copy. And now Photoshop and click on edit. And I'm sorry, I need to go back to very top of this layer here. I need to click on the hair color. Or is the very top layer. It might be hair. Just click on the very top layer. Then I click on paste there and paste it as pixels, and it's going to paste in there. Okay. If I don't, I'll show you what happens if you don't. So click on this. Okay. If I actually blow that, if I don't put it on the top layer, it's going to go like this. And if that's fine, if it does that, it's going up to the very top first. I'm going to use the color overlay first. I'm going to click on double click in the area here, click on color overlay, and make that orange. Okay. And this color can make it like a little lighter orange. And click OK. So then I have my little shape here. I can move that around. Okay. What I'm going to do is click on go down to background and hold on my control key and select on the background. Now I need to click on with my layer one selected. Now click on the mask tool and it's going to mask that out. Now I need to click on the chain icon right there. Click on click this chain here. Now to click on my little shape here. Now I click on the move tool and let's move that around. Okay. And what I do is actually I need to make that a little bigger, so I'm going to click on edit and free transform and make this a little bigger here. So that to be right the right size I want to make it. So I'm going to click on that check marker there. Okay. And now I need to go back to Illustrator again. I can delete that. And now I need to go back to my brush tool. And this is going to be hair outline stroke. So what I'm going to do is create 3 circles. Actually make sure that the stroke color is set to nothing. The fill color is set to black. I have to make my brush tool. It needs to be hair outline stroke. Now what I'm going to do is create the 3 little talk bubbles. So I'm actually going to draw the little bubble here. And draw like a little smaller, like the 3 little bubble shapes. If I'm not happy with that, I can click on Control Z or edit undo, and create the other shape there. So that looks good. Now, these need to actually be filled in. So if I need to actually make sure they connect here, the different shapes, I can zoom into that and just click on that and make sure the shapes connect there. Okay, just like we did in the last one. So this can actually be, move that out here. So make sure those shapes connect there as a complete shape, which all of them do. So then I click on this one, I can move it. I have the direct selection, and then I can move that on here. About like right there. That's good. Now click on this one, and this one needs to be. I can rotate it just a little bit. Yeah, right there, and click on this. It'll be the other toggle. I'm actually gonna use a delete and export tool and delete those two shapes there. And then click on this drag selection tool, and I'm gonna click on and make that shape a little better shape there. Well, then I actually click on the selection tool, right? Actually will window everything there. I need to make sure go to window and make sure Pathfinder is checked there. So you have my Pathfinder is up here. And now what I'm gonna do is actually just like again make sure everything's selected. Now it should unite. So it unites that. Okay. Now I'm gonna click on edit and copy. Now I go back to my Photoshop assignment, my Photoshop file, and click on edit and paste. And then I'm gonna, because it's top here, click on pixels again. And click on OK. And this shape here, and click OK. What I'm gonna do is first go to my color and just make it white. Click OK. And my peg bucket and fill it in. And it's gonna fill with white. So now we click on this move tool, move it where I want to. It's a little bit big, so I can make that a little smaller. Click on edit, edit, and free transform, and make that a little bit smaller there. And let's say I want it to be about right here. That's fine. Yeah, it looks good. Then choose OK. Now we're going to do actually create the text here on it. So I'm going to create a text layer. So I'm going to go to text here, and I click on just the screen there. So I've already done this before, and click on Agenda Everyday Casual. Find Agenda Everyday Casual. So then you can actually all caps. You can put in what and dot dot dot, right? And then you click on the move tool. What I'm gonna do is actually just we know to make a copy, we can click on this alt, hold down the alt key with the move tool, and it creates a copy of that. So then I can double click on this what copy. So we have to sell the let's click on make sure you can see everything right there. We have to sell, and then I click on the end here, sell the and then let's go back there. So yes, we have to sell the bit.ly. Okay. So I'm gonna actually move that text layer, and I want to make that a little bit smaller. I can actually make that. Click on the text layer to give me the options, and now I can click on double click on this, and then click on the size here. So that needs to be about like maybe about 36. Okay. And click on the move tool again to move that where it needs to go, and then I click on the move tool. So click on this move what we have to sell and actually make this white a little bit bigger. So let's go to maybe 69, maybe 72. Yep. So let's go there. So what we have to sell the Bentley, right? So that's going to be that little talk bubble. So what we have to sell Bentley kind of thing. So the last thing we have to do is create the little shine. So I'm going to create a new layer here, and it's going to be the very top. So I'm going to double click there and call it shine. Yep. So I'm going to click on this is my polygon lasso tool. So I'll click on this and create a little shape there. So it's going to be a little shape there, and then creating a little kind of shine there. So it's creating a little shape there. And what I actually do is I actually fill it in with white. So click on the paint bucket and fill it in with white. Yeah, right there. So now what I want to do is click on the, again, hold down the control key and click on the hair. And now what I'm going to do is actually use that. I still have that shine layer selected and choose the layer mask. Okay, so it's going to do that actually just to look mask it on that little thing. And if I want to click on this little chain again, just like I did before, click on the image here, and then move that around. So if I want to move it, then I can move around. Okay, that little shine there. Okay, so that'll finish it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click File and Save As. Right. So I'm going to go to my Downloads folder, my downloads here, and I can click on Save. I've done this before, so click on yes, it's fine. And then now we're going to go back to Canvas and turn it in. So I'm going to scroll up to click Start Assignment, and I'm going to click Choose. I'm going to go to my Downloads folder, where I put it. I'm clicking Roy Lichtenstein, and I click on Open, and now I click a Submit Assignment. And that should finish it. If I want to check, I can download that and see what I've turned in.